Well, ladies and gents, it's time. 3 nights, 4 days, part 1. The campaign is now live. Needless to say, I am very nervous right now. Incredibly nervous. And I don't know, as always, the odds are stacked against me. You know? I just realized that, sorry. Everybody is streaming right now. So, yeah. So, I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. Little freaked. Having a hard time kind of, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of at a loss for words. So, so yeah, kind of exploding, very nervous, haven't really looked at the totals yet of what's going on here, so, am I broken? Yeah, Oz, I'm a little nervous, man, I ain't gonna fucking lie. This is a, kind of a make or break campaign for me. So, so I'm gonna be, blatantly honest. I started writing this book a year ago, around the time that, I was working at State Farm. I conceptualized this story. Preston Acevedo reached out to me to do it. And then, we started that whole process. And I've gone through a lot of shit during the course of getting this book ready to go. I've had my character challenged. I've had smears against me, people try to destroy me and all this other shit. On top of having a job that I hated being in. It was a kind of a miserable existence. And I don't know, this is gonna show whether or not I really belong here. You know? So, It's a big deal. It's a big deal to me. Sultan Al Fahim says, perhaps you need a break. I don't get breaks. Not allowed. There's work to be done. Always. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and have a look at the campaign. Let me refresh it real quick. Wow, we're almost at $1,000 already. Hatman, where the fuck are you? My fucking business partner's not even in here. Everybody shame the Hatman. Criminy. Okay. I'm gonna reorient my windows real quick. I'm gonna move you guys over to a different monitor so that I can read the chat. And then, show you guys what this is all about. There we are. Okay. 3 Nights, 4 Days, Part 1. Needless to say... Oh, hold on one sec. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and just go through the pitch. So... the basics of the book is that this is a story about 3 crusaders who come home to England during the course of oh hey, Preston's here. Preston, I'm gonna fucking explode, dude.
What happened?
I am nervous as shit.
Oh, we're not live? Are we live?
We are live right now.
Okay.
Everybody can see you. Fuck. Sorry. I've been like sweating buckets all day, like ever since like I woke up around like 6 a.m. So,
Why? What's up? You mean for the launch?
Yeah. Nervous as hell, but
you just now hit launch.
I just hit launch about 10 minutes ago.
That's cool.
Yep.
So in 10 minutes, you're almost at 1,000.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So
that's not bad at all.
Yep. So for those of you in the chat, just to let you guys know, the pitch on this is that 3 knights who fought in the Second Crusade come back home after the siege of Jerusalem to find that their village has been besieged by a demonic force. And there's Hatman, finally.
Jesus Christ. MailChimp apparently is an asshole to anyone who does not have a paid account.
Yeah, they are. It's a pain in the ass to deal with them.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But, we're here. So, for those of you who are in the audience, if you're waiting for your email list, check your emails right now. And if it does not show up for whatever reason, please let us know during the course of the stream. Hatman will get you taken care of. That is why he is here.
I'll take care of it. Yeah. I didn't send out a test email either, so if it worked, it worked, and if it didn't, I'll have to figure it out again.
Yep.
Well, that's one thing is that Indiegogo doesn't alert people that are on your email list when you launch. So,
yeah.
Which makes no damn sense.
Absolutely not.
And here's Oliver. Oliver, brother, how we doing?
What's up, guys?
Man,
how's it going?
I'm nervous as hell. I'm glad that we're live.
What's up, Acevedo and Hatman? How's it going?
Hey.
It goes.
It goes? Cool, man.
It goes.
All right.
Cool.
So for those of you who got your emails from the mailing list, if you follow that link that's in there, you're going to get the super secret perk, which is virgin covers of both the sketch cover and this colored cover that Oliver has done a magnificent job on.
Thank you.
Yeah, Oliver killed it.
Yep, and there's also add-on options. So you can basically throw on another one of these books. You can throw on the art book. You can throw on the poster too, which is still being worked on. But needless to say, you can basically customize your perk however the hell you want it.
Yeah.
So I made it a point to make sure that if you want a bunch of stuff, you can have a bunch of stuff, and you don't have to back it several times. You can just do it once, and just drop a bunch of money. Optimus is in the chat as well, but let's just go ahead and roll through everything here. So, just to introduce everyone, just in case nobody knows it, of course, my name is Micah Curtis. I am the writer on this project. Right below me is Preston Acevedo, the incredibly talented Preston Acevedo. You might know him for Rockabilly Road Trip and Doc Salem as well. In fact, Rockabilly just finished Fulfillment.
Yes. Yeah, Rockabilly's already out, and now I'm getting people who want the book.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same way with Inglewood. I just fulfilled Inglewood's digital. I'm fulfilling physical next week. And people were like, "Hey, can you do a second chance campaign?" Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of people. It's not a huge amount where I'd want to do a second chance campaign, but I mean, if anybody is interested in Road Trip, just send me a message and I'll go ahead and fulfill it for you.
And then we've got the editor on the book below Preston. That is Alex the Hatman Baldwin, who...
Yep, the editor and resident fuck-up here.
Yes. So, there's
I'm looking at the chat. People are saying they got the email.
Good.
Did you send it out already? Or?
Yep.
Finally.
Yeah.
God bless.
And then at the bottom, last but not least, we have Oliver Lee Arce. Did I finally pronounce it right?
You got it right, man.
Thank you, God. But of 656 Studios with us, he is our colorist on this book as well. Oliver, what would be some things that people would know you from, possibly?
Well, currently I am promoting our first Indiegogo campaign. I mean, the pre-launch, which is Undead Border, Escape or Die, which is a zombie book. And I did color stuff for IDW back in the day, like around 2014. I colored The Crow with my hero, James O'Barr, and I colored Rotten Ruin. That's another zombie comic. So, yeah, that's the extent of my pro work.
There you go, guys. Well, we've got some veterans here. I mean, you and Preston have more actual published works than I do. I've just got Inglewood. So
it's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. So let's go ahead, guys. We're gonna go ahead and, for those of you in the chat, we're gonna roll through these perks real quick just to kind of let you guys know what they are. They're pretty basic, but I wanted to keep this simple with a lot of customizability. I talked to Richard C. Meyer about this about 6 months ago. Just kind of the theory on campaigns is that it's a good idea to just stick with the basics, like that guy who made McDonald's what it is. Give people the basics and let people add stuff as they want. So for $25 plus shipping, you've got the comic itself. From there, we're going to have the comic and art book. For those of you who are familiar with the director's cut of Inglewood, basically what we're doing is we're doing a whole separate book for all the sketch work and all this other stuff that goes into concept of how these pages how this comic book came together. So it's definitely a collector's item you're going to want to snatch up because it's going to be only for this campaign. On top of that, if you throw in $100, 10 of these sketchbooks, 10 of these art books, one of them's already been claimed, so only nine now. Preston's going to do a sketch on the inside of that cover. There'll actually be a paper ready for it. So that is something to definitely snatch up. We've got 2 people who have already snatched up the Be Occultist perk.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's some faces for Preston to draw in. And that is exactly what it sounds like. You are going to get the comic and the art book with that perk, but you're also going to, of course, be drawn into the comic and get slaughtered by our heroes. So there is that. Then, finally, if you want one of the original comic book pages, we will be providing that as well. Now, you're probably going to look at this and you're going to look at the shipping and go, holy shit. Well, the reason for that is that Preston will be shipping from his location for the art itself, and then we will ship you the comic stuff from our location in North Carolina. So
yeah, so it's double shipping,
places. So that's the reason why But yeah, we are we're keeping it pretty basic. The add-ons will come up when you commit to the perk. For those wondering.
Yes.
And you can add on as many of those as you want. Another comic, another art book, and the poster, I believe, are all ones that you can throw on there. So, much more streamlined than the Inglewood campaign, a lot easier to figure out. So, and I wanted to make sure that that was indeed the case. So, let's refresh here real quick and see where we're at.
We're already over 10% funded.
Holy fuck.
Nice.
We're at $1,300 already.
Yep.
Hey guys, if I want to be a cultist and want to own that comic page, what's gonna happen there?
Ooh, that is one where you would have to back twice.
Yeah, but also send a message.
Yes.
And put your donor number or your perk number.
Your backer number.
Your backer number. And yeah, that way it'll be easier for us to find you.
Yeah, and we'll figure something out for you, so we're not charging you an arm and a leg on shipping. So.
Cool.
So yeah, not the last one in the chat says not the first cult I've been in. And yes, Angry Green Boss, the virgin covers are the secret perk. So.
Yep. It should be in the email.
Yes, they will be in the email. There will be a link straight to them.
And it says Virgin Perk in the email too, or Virgin Perk. No,
Hey!
This is not. No, we're not Aloha snack bars here. There's no Virgin Perk. It's just a Virgin Cover Perk.
Yes. So. Oh man, alive! I'm not gonna lie. It's Whew. It's crazy to finally have it out there, man. I mean, we've been. For those who don't know, like, we have been working on this. God, I mean, Preston, you and I first started talking about this book like almost a year ago, right?
Yeah, and the launch just wasn't right back then, because I think Inglewood was still going on and all kinds of stuff. Plus, it was late in the year, and you never want to launch a campaign late in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
But plus, we didn't have a really good colors.
We got one now, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
And, thank you.
Yeah, actually, if you notice, like Oliver can attest this. Like I've had no changes to any work that he's put in. I'm just like, that's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Until now, right?
Yeah. So now, let's see. Let's go over page 1 and. No, he does a fantastic job. He's one of the best colors I know. Actually, I should say he's shitty. He's the worst colors.
Yes.
We don't want anybody else coming in there.
Oh, jeez, man.
Give him away.
But yeah, so and the big thing for this was just there has been so much BS that has happened to me over the last year. With being part of Comicsgate and people coming after me and all this other nonsense while we were getting this set up, and I just could not wait to unleash it. So, man, today I woke up and I was just like shaking. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to be sitting in front of the computer probably till like 1 a.m, refreshing the campaign over and over again to see exactly how much money we've made. But we are
There's
already
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we are already a tenth of the way there, guys, and we've only been live for less than 30 minutes. So
we're a 12th of the way there.
12th of the way there. Oh, yeah, it was refreshing while I was hitting the button. So, oh man, it's a Okay, Your Earth Mind says, I'm familiar with the Indiegogo add-ons. It doesn't seem to let me add anything after selecting the secret perk. Alright, Hatman, can you fiddle around and kind of see and figure that out real quick?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Yep, part of the reason that we have Hatman here is literally for customer service while we're doing this. So, I figured that I'd, be a slave driver and make Hatman work.
Yeah, Yeah, that is weird.
Yep. So Hatman will tamper with that, but while we're doing that, basically to give you guys the overview, because I was going through it when I started, and then all of a sudden everybody comes in. So, the basic idea behind this one is that there are 3 nights that have fought during the course of the Second Crusade from 3 different knightly orders. One is from the Knights Templar, one is from the Order of St. Lazarus, and one is from the Knights Hospitalier. And what happens is they come home to a small village in England to find that their village has been laid siege to by a satanic cult. And as such, the 3 of them devise a plan to try to basically save what's left of the village from total annihilation by these forces. And as they go to battle with them, they find that the odds are a lot more against them than they realized to start with. And something very strange is happening here. These cultists, they're changing. And they're not reacting to pain the way that a normal human would react. So, as such, they realize that hell itself has come for them. This isn't just a bunch of dudes. This is something beyond that. So, and then of course here is the infamous Satyr page. Probably the page that... No, I think this might have been one of the first ones that I debuted when Preston finished it. Because I was live with Art T. Bear and Ethan Van Skyver on Ethan's channel, and I debuted this, and Art goes, whoa. Like, the only thing Art said was, whoa, and then Ethan goes, holy shit. So, needless to say, Preston and Oliver, they know exactly what they're doing in developing the mood of this particular book and making it as screwed up as humanly possible. But then again, that's the goal. One thing I told people whenever I started working on this is that Inglewood is the book that's going to get people to realize that I am a good writer. This is the one that's going to get people to realize that I need therapy.
By the way, I've fixed the secret perk, so now you can add things onto it.
Yes. So if you guys want to do a bunch of add-ons, right now with that secret perk, you are going to have the option. I do apologize for the inconvenience, but you should be able to do it now. So click that link and shop to your heart's content, because there's a lot there to enjoy. One thing I should also mention is that the poster, though it is a work in progress, it is done by the same person, Chris, who did the poster for Inglewood. So if you're familiar with that, that's the level of quality you're going to be getting. So.
Yep. Questionable weed friend Chris.
Yes. So. Whew, man. All right. So.
It's doing good.
Yep.
It's doing really well. This is going to be an amazing project.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're $5 away from 1,600, and we're like, we haven't even been live for an hour. This is insane. I've never. The last campaign I did not move this quick. So.
Let me.
You told them about the
how many people have clicked on the.
Oh, I do need to tell them about that. Actually, I think I've mentioned it before on live streams, but let's go into a little detail. So you guys see this logo here. Of course, this one was done by Preston, and there's 2 designs on here that he made himself: the knight with the wings, and then the hellmouth down here. If we hit 6 figures on this book, we are going to get these tattooed on our arms, respectively. I'm gonna get the I'm gonna have you put a cross in here instead of a 3, but I'm gonna definitely get this on my right arm, right by my on top of my bicep. So, yeah. So if we hit 6 figures, young lady, that is definitely what we're going to be doing. Okay, Hatman, not the last one, did not get that secret perk option if you want to get that taken care of.
What's your email address? Or actually, here, you email me.
Are you guys getting the same tattoo or one of each?
I'm gonna get the knight one, the one with the angel wings.
I'm getting the one with the bat wings.
Yep.
And which one is Oliver getting?
That's a good question.
None.
I am not getting any tattoos.
I was like,
just for me and Preston.
filing my body.
Yeah, because Preston and I are the inked up ones.
My body, my choice.
Exactly. Yeah, I've only got one tattoo so far, but I definitely need to add to the collection. At some point, Preston, I might just have you redo all the designs that I did years ago, so that way they look a lot better. So
It's always best to get you tattoo artists to go ahead and do it. I do my own tattoo work. Like I mean, I don't do the needle shit, but I design my own because I just don't want anybody else's work on my body.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's the only reason. But some of them get insulted if you if you get somebody else to design a tattoo and then have them put it on there. It's weird.
Well, that's the thing. I already did the designs. I'm just not an artist. So I need refinement, man. But let's see here. And Deep Delver says he already backed the secret perk. If he wants to add on, does he have to refund it? I think that's what you have to do. Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
Preston,
you can go ahead and create a secret perk and just send him the link for it. You see what I'm saying? And it won't have shipping on it. That way you can just add, like, that's what you're trying to avoid, right? Is add extra shipping. Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, but he probably wants to add in a bunch of stuff. In which case, it would probably be easier just to refund, click the link again, buy it again, and then add the stuff on while you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, I've only heard bad stuff about Indiegogo with refunding. Like, it takes them a few days to refund or something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. If not, we'll figure something out. Yeah, see how that works, Delver, and let us know, and we'll get it figured for you.
Yeah.
There's definitely some streamlining that Indiegogo could do for this process. That is for sure. I know a lot of people that are creators have emailed them and said, "Hey, you know, could you do something to kind of streamline this a little bit more, make it a little easier for people to do stuff and add stuff on?" So, oh goodness, nerves.
Yeah, this book's looking good. It's looking real good.
Yeah,
I think
this is gonna be
one of the gems of Comicsgate. Yeah.
We're almost at $2,000 already. Holy shit!
God damn, shit's moving quick.
Yeah, $1,815. Man, alive.
I mean, it can't even keep up because I've seen like 20 backers and now it's back to 19, and before it was like 20 backers at 1,500. And we might be eating some hot wings.
Yeah. So one thing that the goal for tonight is that if we manage to hit $15,000 during the course of this live stream, so it's kind of lofty, but if we get there, if we get $15,000 before the stream is over,
I thought it was the first 24 hours.
Oh, within 24 hours rather. What Hatman and I are going to do is we are going to coat a set of wings in this stuff that's called hentai hot sauce. And we gon' eat them.
Tentacles included or no?
I don't know, but it's gonna be hot. We'll just put it that way. So within the first 24 hours, if we hit 15K, then that's what's gonna happen. Not really an official stretch goal, but it's definitely there. Speaking of which, should probably mention those. So at 20, basically how we're looking at this is that if we hit 20K, we're going to unlock an alternate cover. And if you want to pick that up, of course, we're going to send you a link to it to everybody who's already backed the book, if you want to get it as well. Done by our good friend Vinny Tartamella, who is an incredible artist and a good buddy. And that alternate cover will be paying homage to John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, which is one of the movies that that inspired me to write this comic.
That's a great movie.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. I'm a huge Carpenter fan. So,
hell yeah.
At 30K, each of you guys who are backers, you're gonna get 3 buttons, each one with the trademark helmets of the 3 knights. And then at 35K, we're gonna do stickers. 40K, we're gonna do more trading cards, and both Preston and Oliver are gonna get a pay bump. So
Hell
we
yeah.
definitely want to hit 40K. And then at 50K, the whole team will come out to North Carolina. I'll fly us all out there, and then we're gonna sign everything for you guys. So, and I definitely want to do that. That is for sure. That would be a lot of fun. So,
Cool.
Yeah, sit in my office and sign everything.
exactly.
I'm gonna have carpal tunnel with all this sun and shit.
I know.
I gotta
right?
get a stamp made.
Oh shit, man.
I have to get an auto pen machine or something.
Oh man. So yeah, and if you enjoy the show during the course of this, man, do not hesitate to hit the like button. We definitely appreciate it. That is for sure. So, well, now that we're live, let's talk stuff, because I need to stop hitting this refresh button because it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, that button will get you in trouble.
Yes, it will. So, did you guys see the insanity on Twitter today? I mean, that's sort of a broad statement. But
I've been working.
Which
like, I barely
insanity?
know what's
Yeah.
going on, dude. Like, yeah.
So, something a little weird happened. Andrew Huerta, which I think we all know. Andrew's a buddy of mine, and an amazing artist. The dude's incredible at what he does.
Is that what does he do? He does
Sovereign.
Sovereign, yep.
Sovereign. Okay, yeah.
And on top of that, he also does a lot of other professional work. And Andrew has, out of nowhere, got a dude trying to cancel the man.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. So, what we're gonna do, this dude goes by the handle "Say No to Fascism," as he tries to destroy a man's career. He complains about fascism. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
It's funny, like all of these guys have something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like in their name, like their Twitter handles, it's either like, you know, defender of blah 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 or something like that. And,
Yeah,
and they always turn out to be these evil sons of bitches.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So he says here, comic and wizard's magic artist Huerta Till, so that's Andrew, is trying to intimidate me with legal action for exposing his association and support of Comicsgate. So let's break that down for a second. Expose? How do you expose public knowledge, you fucking idiot? Like, this dude's on some crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna look at this dude. Like, so
Nice
first
avatar.
off, that pisses me off because he's using fucking one of my favorite writers as like, no, just no. Get anything Warren Ellis away from your anything, sir. Not allowed. You're not allowed to do that. But let's see here. Voice actor for Einstein in Ratso. What's a Ratso?
Right.
I got nothing.
Sounds,
No idea.
I am completely and totally confused here.
Is
And
that-
he basically
is it
ripped
an
a bunch
anime?
of- I don't know, man. But he and of course, predictable. Pronouns in the bio.
Oh, what's his pronoun? So
It
no,
is
no,
he
avoid
him. So they're pointless.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly, he, him.
But
Fucking stupid.
what is Ratso exactly? Let's see what
It's his nickname.
I guess. Like
It's
I
probably
just
a
want to
web,
see if this has any views on it.
probably a YouTube series.
Yeah, because this dude kind of came out of nowhere. Like who is this guy? I'm hearing like stuff that like he's a Renfamous junkie or something like that.
Oh, God.
He needs attention.
631 views. Wow. So he's nobody. And I really don't care because like the first thing that I saw is
What? Oh.
Oh no, Donald DeLay made a joke. His Twitter name is Fat Asshole. What the fuck? Oh, good lord. So, yeah. So this guy wants to destroy Andrew. And I'm a little perturbed by this because he's going after probably the most well-known Latino dude as an artist in Comicsgate.
Nobody's safe. It
No.
doesn't matter what color your skin is.
No.
You're not safe from these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll justify it. It doesn't matter what gender or anything that you are. You're not safe from these people. Yeah.
Yeah. But Andrew's a stud. And he's a great
Hell, they're
dude.
not safe from themselves.
Yeah. But no, like, a ton of people are trying to destroy this dude. Like, this guy's a family man. You know, and he's one of the most, like, chill dudes you'll ever meet. He's always relaxed. He's always cool. Now, that might be because he's got, like, a bunch of pot. I don't know. But, but he's still a pretty chill dude, you know? He doesn't go out of his way to start fights with people and all this other shit. You know, he's a really good dude. So, I don't get it. You know, I really don't get it. But that's the thing. Like, yeah, these people, they don't really give a shit about anything. They just want to, like, wreck you. They just want everything. Like, you're not allowed to be on the same planet. And I don't get that.
Tell them to just apologize and it'll all go away.
Bend the knee.
Jesus.
Oh, man alive. That sort of stuff just
Bend
bugs
the
me.
knee and I'll burn you quickly.
Yeah, exactly. It'll all be over soon. Insanity.
It's crazy.
People are slime balls, I swear to God.
Well, those people are.
Yeah. We are not, at least not today. Well, I'm not today. I don't know.
No,
But,
not this time.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. Like, why is it always the guys with the pronouns in the bio that just cannot stand being on the same earth as other people? You know? It is beyond me.
Obvious reasons. If they're taking the time to put pronouns in bio and all of their political beliefs in the bio, then typically, yeah.
That usually means they have way too much time on their hands.
Agreed.
Yeah. Hey, at least that's a red flag for the rest of us. Like, at least them going out of their way for that acts as a warning sign. Do not interact with these fuckers.
Yeah. Exactly.
Makes my life easier.
Yeah. So, I refreshed the campaign real quick. So, we are almost at $2,000 already. That's insanity to me. What is everyone buying? I must know. Wow, the Get a Sketch tier is almost halfway claimed. We got 2 people who are cultists as well. Oh, man. People love that sort of stuff, I've noticed. Oh, goodness. So,
That's cool.
let's see what's on the mind of the chat. Let's see here. Our buddy Brian Christgau is here. Hail, Brian. Good to see you here. For those who do not know, Brian is both an awesome guy and has a book of his own called Six Gun Gorilla. And the current campaign, if I recall correctly, is Six Gun Gorilla... Damn it. Brain no work. I'm exhausted. Long Days of Vengeance? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes, there it is.
Is that it?
Ha-ha!
Yeah.
But Long Days of Vengeance, you can check that out on Indiegogo as well. Brian's a good dude, and he's got a unique property with a unique touch to it. And I seriously cannot wait to get my hands on that book. Like, it's going to be fantastic. So that is
Brian had to deal with somebody trying to cancel him recently too.
Yeah.
I think these people are just coming out the shadows for no goddamn reason. You know, I don't know. It's craziness.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever disliked somebody that I've ever said to myself, like, I can't live on the same earth as this person. Except for, like, I don't know, like Saddam Hussein or something like that, you know?
Oh, I've said that about family members.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, there's my former father-in-law. I forgot about that. But, But otherwise, not too many people. But especially when it comes to comic books,
Father-in-law.
it's like, really? Like this person made a comic I don't like. He must be destroyed.
We're threatening their livelihood in a way, because they said that Comicsgate would never make any money. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these guys are just losers. And now EVS is a millionaire off of these losers.
Yeah.
I'm saying. And so they have nothing else to say, so they're going for the cheapest blows that they could possibly go for, you know. Let's dig through his Twitter and see what he's got.
$2K in an hour.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, less than an hour. Shit.
that's good.
That's awesome, guys. Like,
It's
seriously.
it's those colors, man.
It is.
It is. Colors sell books, man. They do, man.
Making that shitty art look good.
Oh shit, man. This is insane. Because here's just to put this in perspective, like $2,000 is what Inglewood #1 made in 24 hours. We did that in one. That's God, that's insane to me.
It's the hype, man. They're believing it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
And it's a good product, by the way. So
yeah, to say the
it's
least.
real.
Like when I said, like I say on the campaign here, that this is an all-star team of CG. It really is. You got me as one of. I'd like to say that if you read Inglewood, you'll see I'm one of the best writers in the movement. You got Preston, you got Oliver as well. These guys are pure professionals. They're fantastic at their craft. And of course we have Hatman, who I wouldn't want anybody else editing my work, seriously. So he's been with me.
I hope, because, you know.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Hatman has been with me for almost 4 years now in all of my efforts. And he's been with me every step of the way, through every up and down. He's a good friend. And
I'm trying my best.
Yeah, you need friends like him in this sort of an industry, trust me. People you can rely on. Even though I do yell at him a lot. Whenever something doesn't get done, the first thing the Hat usually sees is a DM for me that just says, "Hat!"
Yeah. All caps, hat, with an exclamation point. Sometimes 2 exclamation points.
I yell at Vinny a lot.
Well, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though. And if Oz is still in here, I know I definitely yell at Oz. But I like Oz. Whenever I meet Oz in real life, whenever that day comes, I'm gonna give him a big giant bear hug. Then I'm gonna step on his toe, and then I'm gonna hug him again. I think that kind of sums up my relationship with Oz Art Creations. I do like the guy. He kind of stirs some shit sometimes, but he's an Aussie. They like to do that. Liam can be like that too. So, oh man. But yeah, let's have a look and see what the chat says. Metal Movies and Brewskis, hail brother. He says, this is movie, video game, tabletop game, anime, cartoon, and metal record written all over it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I would not be adverse to any of that, to say the least. Especially the metal record. Though I don't know what band would do it. Because when I wrote this book, man, I was listening to really, really heavy shit. Like, I'm wearing an At the Gates shirt right now. And, like, these guys were a lot of, like, what inspired the book. But, like, it was, like, mostly, like, death metal. Like, European death metal. So, but, for those of you who are in the chat, if you want to listen to that playlist, I've actually had it in Spotify for the good course of a year. I will link it in the chat for you guys. So, Bart Bobcat says, is Inglewood totally in the mail? It is. It's going to be on its way to us first. And Mixum has the proofs. I believe they're good. At least they haven't objected.
Well, I'm waiting on the final. I'm waiting on the final confirmation, because I did a fuck and screwed up the bleeds on them. So I had to redo all of those. And basically, production got delayed by a couple of days while I figured everything out. And now I fairly certain that the ones that I just submitted are good. So if they give me the final approval, I can lock it in and it can be produced and sent back to us. And I believe the earliest we have now is Tuesday. It should get in, assuming everything goes right, Tuesday. And then they can be shipped out after I throw stickers in them.
There you go, folks.
So Inglewood's almost fulfilled. Like
Yeah.
the books are printed. You're just waiting for them to come in so you can mail them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
the digital already went out. So that was like a third of it right there.
Yeah.
And I just linked in the chat, guys, the playlist for 3 Nights, 4 Days if you want to get the hype built through music and listen to kind of what inspired me while I was working on it. And, but anyway, yeah, with Inglewood, what really has, like, killed me, though, is anytime I see a review of it. Because Dan Fan did one, and she's got, like, 30,000 some odd subscribers. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God. Is she going to like it? Is she going to look like it? Ah! I about threw up. And there was some good criticism that I've gotten from a lot of people, though, on that one. So I'm going to be working with Brian and Armand to kind of fine-tune the craft a little bit. So they're already good at what they do, but we're going to make them great. You know, of that I have no doubt. Because for both of those guys, it was their first comic, too. And that's... People saying you're good on your first comic is not a bad place to start. So... But yeah, Darth Bobcat says, not trying to be obnoxious, just hype. Oh no, dude, I'm more than happy to answer questions about anything. So, and I'm excited to actually have the physical book in my hands. And the first person I'm giving a copy to here at home is my dad. So,
Awesome.
all right, let's have a look and see where we're at here. Preston, what is that you're working on behind you, by the way? Or you're allowed to even talk about it?
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's I'm working with Tim Vigil on a paint.
Oh,
And
Tim Vigil, man.
yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And yeah, I love Tim's work, dude. Like I'm a huge Tim Vigil fan. And yeah, so this is a collaboration between us. Like he did the sketch and I'm doing the painting, and I don't know how it's going to work as far as him signing it. I mean, I guess next time I see him at a show, I'll just bring it and he'll put his name on it. Honestly, I don't know if I can sell this, like, once it's done.
That would be hard to part with.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a
For some reason, my
trip.
chair just sunk on me, so now I'm trying to... Damn it. Hold on. This is what sucks about being huge. Is like...
Share stream.
Yep. All right, we're good. Being a gigantic human has its disadvantages, that is for sure.
Let's get you a strong bad stool.
I still want the mask. I need to find a way to get a strong bad mask and red boxing gloves. And I just do an entire stream like strong bad. Well, I checked the email.
Dear
and-
Micah.
Dear Micah. Where's my
Dear
book?
Micah. How do you podcast with boxing gloves on?
Well,
Wait, does that make me the cheat?
yes, Hatman is the cheat. So,
I'll take it.
that would be pretty funny though. I need to find a way to get a strong bad mask. We're gonna have to look into this, but yeah, I think I could do a whole podcast like the strong bad. Though a cursing strong bad is definitely a weird thing, according to some of my friends. Because every once in a while, I just go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" So, Genghis Khan wants to know how tall I am. I am 6'2", and I am about as wide as a door. So, yeah, the vanilla gorilla thing, not an exaggeration. So, let's see what else the chat's wanting to know. Yeah, Brian Kriskow's like, yeah, lots of septic flesh on the playlist. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's see here. Da-da-da. Darth Bobcat says I'm built more like Strong Mad. Yeah, but I've got a better vocabulary.
He doesn't try to talk to Orange Juice.
Yeah. And then Shaggy is apparently, he's got his Inglewood digital but wants to wait till the physical to read it for the first time. Fair enough. I've noticed a lot of people are like that.
Get behind it.
Like, I figured that they would just take the physical and just have that be the collector's thing and then have me sign it at the convention next year. You know?
Is that still going to happen?
I
Like
think.
the,
I think that
Comicsgate
Ethan still
convention?
wants to do it, even with
Sweet.
current insanity. I think that by that time it'll have faded and people will work
Yeah, but
stuff
there's
out.
always going to be insanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just let that be the measure that you run your life. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If
If you're that worried about insanity at a convention, just hire more security. That's basically it.
Well, I'm sure he's done conventions before. He knows that conventions are just crazy sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
See, I haven't really
Where
done
are
that
you?
many of them, so.
Where are you located at, Oliver? You're in New York, or?
No, I'm in Ciudad Juarez, border town with El Paso, Texas.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, right in the border.
I love Texas. Texas
Yeah.
is one of my favorite places to go to
Same
for
here.
cons and shit.
Cool.
Plus, they spend money in Texas.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New Orleans, not so much.
we're definitely going to have to hit a con in Texas at some point with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We will probably make a killing. So.
I made $8,000 over the weekend at a con in Texas.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
Which con was it?
It was Comic Palooza.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, when it was good, right?
It's still good. Alamo City is the one that kind of I don't think that one has grown too much. You know, it's kind of sucking wind. Like last year, I think they had a downgrade because they actually got Arnold Schwarzenegger at
Yeah.
their show, and I think they spent way too much getting Arnold to actually show up
shit.
to a Comic Con. So
And did he show up?
he showed up.
Oh, holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Damn.
because Arnold doesn't do Comic Cons.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he would.
No. So you have to actually pay Arnold a ton of money to get him to do a show. And at that show, they also had Jim Lee and all these big guests, you know. And,
Damn.
yeah, but I don't think they had the numbers to back it up, you know.
Yeah, that can always be the biggest problem. You know, you don't want the people to suddenly like come in there and nobody's at their booths or anything like that. Like Hatman,
I mean,
why
they
don't you
got
tell
a
these
lot of
guys
people
about
go.
when you went to see Jim Starlin the first time?
Oh God, it was so weird because I was like right after Infinity War had come out and there was nobody at his booth. I mean, you could just walk up and start talking to him, no problem. It was so surreal, but like, you know, the people that came in after me, you know, just chatting him up and whatnot, and you know, he was loving it. Like it was great, and you know, I jumped in there too to talk also, and of course, you know, bought a poster, shook his hand, and got Thanos Quest signed from Micah. And then, you know, he let slip. Oh, by the way, the Scarecrow is going to be in the next Avengers movie, which didn't have a title at the time. And we were like, oh shit. You know, he said it was at the beginning of it, and of course, it didn't end up, you know, being that way, but it was close. So yeah, that was a cool thing that we got info about before the movie actually dropped. And the following year, Christopher Priest was at the con, and his table occasionally had like a bunch of people up there, and then there were just some periods where like, you know, nobody at all.
Well, it also has
I
to
was-
depend on what's going on at the time, you know, and like around that
Yeah.
area, because sometimes there's a
Well,
bunch of
and
other
you
shit
got-
going on.
Yeah, but you got people like Tom King who had lines like regularly, all wrapped around to get him to sign stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Christopher Priest, Jim Starlin, like I get that Tom King is like, you know, hot right now, but come on, these dudes are legends. Like what the hell?
Well, I was at a show, and it was a pretty big show, right? But they had Ken Kelly there, and
Right,
Ken
right.
Kelly is the Kiss artist. You know, he did Kiss, he did all this other stuff, and nobody was at his table because there wasn't a lot of people there because it was a new show, and usually if it's a new show, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people are going to attend. They don't advertise it correctly. But I
Right.
think this one it hit it on two fronts because it was a new show and a hurricane had hit, you know, and this was like the show was in Biloxi and a hurricane hit in Pensacola. So you had all
Right.
these refugees going to the hotel rooms so nobody could book a room. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Like the guests couldn't book a room for the weekend, so they just never went. You know, and just different things like that. And then there's one I was at a show in Texas, and it was amazing something con or something like that. It was crazy, but they had the World Series playing at the same time, so so everybody went to the Astrodome to go see the World Series instead of going to the show. Yeah.
Yep. I have to say, the fact this exists is awesome, but I don't know if it'll fit on my fat head.
Yep.
I can't find the measurements. Let's check the FAQs. Like, let's see here.
You should do like
Thanks,
Piper
sir,
did
God for that. He found it.
and say like you shave all the hair off of your face and head if you cross a certain number.
Well, the problem is I've gone full Kingpin before, though, so it's not really like a novelty with me. So, will it fit me? Handmade with lycra and vinyl. Stretchy, they just fit nicely to your face and head. Blah, 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 blah. Never anyone returned to mask due to wrong sizing. I might do this, man. I might seriously pick this up. It's very tempting. Oh, man. That would be,
Ah, damn it.
that'd be hilarious.
If it's spandex, then it should fit, no?
I would think. So it's just like when I bought my commie hat, my joke communist hat, like it measured at like, what was it, like 62 centimeters hat, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still tied on my head. And I'm like, ah. So that was a big no bueno. But I'm gonna definitely have to bookmark this and think about it, cause fuck. Man.
When you met Jim Starlin, what did you get signed? Like, because I'm a huge Jim Starlin fan. You know?
He had a couple of posters that were there, mostly Thanos stuff because Infinity War.
Yeah.
But I got a poster signed for me, and then I took Thanos Quest #1 to get signed too for Micah. And he was actually shocked to see a Thanos Quest. He was like, usually it's Infinity Gauntlet that people want. I have not seen a Thanos Quest in a long time.
I like Thanos Quest. That's when he was gathering up all the stones.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. That's my favorite Thanos story. So yeah,
I think it was drawn by Ron Lim.
Yeah,
Is
that was
that
Ron
right?
Lim.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it's an amazing looking book.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I got
Yeah,
all
I
his
love it.
Captain Marvels, like when he did the Cosmic Cube and all that with
Nice.
Thanos and all that shit. And yeah, because he made Captain Marvel cool back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it well, where everybody else just wrote it off as a shitty character. You know, because you know the deal with Captain Marvel. Like the whole reason that character was created was just to secure the name Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, because yeah, they let it go into like they let the copyright lapse on it. Yeah, the trademark. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he destroyed, like they fired him off of Iron Man because they thought he was shitty. You know, but then they gave him Warlock and Captain Marvel, and they were like, "Dude, well, let's rethink this." You know, like Stan Lee fired him.
pretty
It's
much
like
built
you're the
Cosmic
worst
Marvel.
artist ever. Yeah, yeah, he pretty much built it. You know, Kirby lit had the spark, and Jim Starlin made a fire out of it. You know. Yeah.
Speaking of Jim Starlin, when did this happen? I didn't know this was a thing. Let me
The
show you
new
guys
J-
what I'm looking at. Like,
The new Dreadstar.
yeah.
Yeah, I backed it.
Why did you tell me about it?
Oh, I didn't know you was a Jim Starlin fan.
I'm a huge Jim Starlin. Come on, dude. Thanos right
Holy
behind
shit,
me.
dude! They fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I got his black book over here too, like his art book.
Yeah.
And it's called The Black Book: The Art of Jim Starlin. Yeah. And it's all the shit Marvel turned down for Thanos and Captain Marvel and all kinds of shit. You know. But yeah, I've always been a Dreadstar fan, and when I found out he was doing this, I was like, fuck yeah, I want that. You know. And he also did another book called Breed. You know, and it's about it has a lot of like rape and shit like that. Shit that is not PC now.
Yeah.
Or probably ever was. But like these demons invade this town and they rape this chick, and she gives birth to a kid, but he's half breed, you know, like demon breed.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, dude. It deals with the Vietnam War and psychedelics and all kinds of shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Starlin is probably he and Christopher Priest and Warren Ellis are like my three favorite comic book writers, and like they have such different styles from one another. So, and I don't think I've actually ever read his Dreadstar. So
really,
I might have to. I'm gonna have to back this. Yeah, and
check out the first appearance of Dreadstar was in Epic Magazine. It was Marvel's Epic. They tried to do something like heavy metal, you know, and I had to hunt that down and get it. Like when I found that out, so I got that. But then he did a small series in Epic, like the comic line that Marvel put out, and then he went off and he did the full blown series. But Marvel didn't want it anymore, and he kept the rights, and he went to First Comics and started doing it for a long while. And then after a while, it fell into he stopped writing it. Somebody else started writing it, and Angel Medina started drawing it. And dude, it just took off like it was the shit after that. And like Dreadstar's everything you love about Jim Starlin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sweet.
Yeah,
I will definitely have to check that out. Here's the weird thing: it's like during the whole process of getting this whole thing prepared and stuff like that, I hadn't read a comic in months, except for like the Comicsgate projects I got in, because I got Rockabilly in, I got Vestige in, and then I got Through the Woods in pretty quick succession. Like I think Through the Woods came first, and then it was Vestige, and then it was Vestige and Rockabilly came like same day. So I just thought to myself, like while I'm looking at this, I'm like I kind of realized, like, man, I haven't actually sat down and like read comics like in a while. So I've been going back through a lot of Warren Ellis's Wildstorm stuff and Alan Moore's Wildcats, which Wildcats, are you guys familiar with it at all, or did you ever read that back in the 90s when it was huge?
I thought he had a good idea. I just think what my biggest problem with Image back then was they complained about doing their own thing, and then each one of them went and did X-Men.
Like, I know, right? Except for Todd. Todd was the only one who had something different.
Yeah, Todd was the only one that did something. And Liefeld did Avengers instead of X-Men.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, but the thing was like once they got comfortable having their own company, like Liefeld put out Prophet, and I was like, yeah, Prophet's the shit. He should have led with Prophet. You know what I'm saying? And then like Silvestri put out Strike Force.
Yeah.
You know, and that was awesome. Like I dug that. But I was never a fan of Silvestri's work. I've always found it kind of boring. And then Lee put out a few things. He put out one called Union, and I thought Union was good. And also, like, he had some really good ideas. Like Death Below was a really good series too that I kind of liked, you know. And it had Tim Sales on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, but those Wildcat issues, like the only reason I think I collected those was because it was Image.
Yeah.
And it was all my favorite artists from Image. Yeah. But I quickly got sick of that, you know, because it was basically bad X-Men. You know, like
Yeah.
just really badly written X-Men, but it looked
that's a
beautiful.
good way to like.
You know?
That's a good way to describe the animated series too.
Yeah,
It was
Jesus.
just badly written
Exactly.
X-Men. Like
yeah. What?
I just remember the character of Spartan, the team leader, who is
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I thought that was a cool idea. I was like, yeah,
yeah,
that's badass.
your team lead's a cyborg, but I don't was the guy who was voicing him in the show supposed to sound like a robot or was it just bad voice acting? I don't know. I
think it was bad voice acting.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go back
because
and
he was
watch
supposed
the
to be
whole thing on YouTube.
non-distinguishable from a human. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So it was bad, and then I always hated Grifter. I always thought he was
Yeah,
lame.
I never thought. I always hated that character too, but he did put out another series called Kindred, and I thought that was cool with Grifter and Whiplash.
Backlash. Whiplash or
Backlash. Yeah, but
yeah.
that wasn't Jim Lee. That was
Brett Booth.
yeah, Brett Booth. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But here, you know what? I think if Image could be like they proved one thing in comics is that you can't have a great artist with not a good writer. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like great art can't stand on its own.
Yeah.
You know? And by the same token, like the Ultraverse that Malibu put out, they proved that you can't have like great writers with shitty artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so you need both, and that's why you need editors. You know?
Yeah, exactly. The thing about about early Image, I'm still pretty fond of Spawn. I thought Spawn was pretty well done, but the interesting thing about like a lot of the other Image, like specifically the Wildstorm stuff that Jim was a big part of, you notice that like the most memorable parts of all of that, like Wildcats and Stormwatch, they're not really. Everybody talks about the art of the early stuff and the writing of everything else because it's like after the creators stopped working on their own titles and they handed that off, Wildcats and Stormwatch and all this other stuff. Then they started getting talked about because you had Warren Ellis writing one, you had Alan Moore writing the other, and
Yeah. Chris Claremont.
yeah,
Claremont came in for a little while.
yeah, Claremont did some stuff too. You know, like I think a lot of people really don't understand. It's like sometimes you kind of you have to have a writer to come in on a property to really make it reach its potential. I think that's
like
actually-
Stormwatch. I thought Stormwatch was awesome. Like I really like Stormwatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stormwatch is one
But
of
they
my,
never elaborated on any of that. They just elaborated on their funky titles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like finally, Silvestri got the hint, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe duplicating the X-Men wasn't really a great idea."
Yeah, and then Warren Ellis comes in on the book on volume, and he just completely changes it. Like he changes
Yeah.
the way that the whole thing is set up. He establishes 3 different Stormwatch teams, and then he eventually kills everybody off, and then creates the Authority, and then Planetary,
Yeah.
which were even more successful, and that's what made what's his face David Finch so big. Was the Authority, because that was the art in that book's fucking amazing. Then Mark Miller took it over, and it just kind of went downhill from there. So, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Miller. I never really understood the appeal.
Well, I'm gonna go back to Liefeld for a second. Like, Prophet started off good, but then you see the younger me reading Prophet, I was like, "This is the greatest idea ever." Until I started getting into Kirby deep, and then I realized like he basically ripped off Nomad, not Nomad. What was it? Fucking Brother Eye. It was called something else though. It was God damn it! It's that character Kirby created with the Mohawk for DC Comics. Let me see if I can
Mohawk.
find it. Yeah.
Trying to think.
I'll find it. Somehow, some way.
Also,
That's another
apparently, Trad Moore's stuff is on sale on something on Comixology. Have you guys ever read the Luther Strode books?
No, I don't think so.
They're
Like,
really good.
Is it any good or?
Oh yeah. It's basically about like this dude who picks up a self-help exercise book, and it turns him into a superhuman somehow. And then it just goes downhill from there. It's one of those later Image books from like around when Kirkman was super popular. And The Walking Dead was doing really good. That came out around then. It was sort of that really gory, crazy, over-the-top sort of thing. Sort of like Kick-Ass was, too. Though I consider it the better Kick-Ass when it comes to The Legend of Luther Strode. It's a lot more enjoyable, and the character's a lot more human.
Is that, who publishes that? Is that,
Luther Strode
is that an indie?
was Image, yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull it up real quick, because I don't even remember the year that it came out. Yeah, the first one's called The Strange Talent of Luther Strode. And yeah, Tradmore did the art, and then Justin Jordan was the writer.
You know what's crazy? They list every character Kirby created except for the one I'm looking for. That's so crazy.
Is it OMAC?
OMAC.
That's
what
yeah.
it was. OMAC. Yeah.
Yeah, I found it here.
There it is. It's right fucking there. Yeah, but OMAC is Prophet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he directly ripped off OMAC.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like, and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, this is the greatest character ever. You know, he's got this fucking satellite talking to him, and, you know, he's got this body bank and all that kind of crap. And then when Stephen Platt took it over, it didn't matter at the writing at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because the book looks so good that it was like, okay, I'm coming. And the book looks so good that I was like, there's just no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then he went into this weird religious, like deep dived into this religious thing.
Yeah.
You know? It was crazy. Yeah.
Do you have to go do something real quick?
Yeah, I do. I got to duck out. I'll try to get back later.
All right, man.
But,
so yeah, the link will
you
still
guys
be
take
working.
it easy.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping in,
man.
Preston.
You got it. Bye.
Catch you later, brother.
The good Preston.
Yes, the best Preston. the non-penetrated. So, oh, jeez.
Oh Lord, we have fun here.
Yes, we do. So let's kind of see where the campaign's at already. So we are at $2,410. Holy crap! So we're almost a quarter of the way there.
Solid.
Cool.
Yeah, that's wow. So I'm just kind of in awe of this. So just in general, like I can't believe that it's doing as well as it is.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
Is there a trailer for this campaign?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I will fire this bad boy up real quick.
Awesome.
Here, do I have audio enabled? I don't. Let me fix that real quick. So for those of you in the chat that have not seen the trailer yet as well, here we go. In our life on Earth, the closest thing we'll ever experience to hell itself is war. When brave souls emerge from these pits of fire and death, the first thing they look forward to is coming home. To family, to friends, and hopefully to never have to see that hell again. In the year 1188, 3 crusaders returned to England after the siege of Jerusalem with exactly that in mind. But the devil has different plans. mail has arrived indeed. All
Awesome.
right. It's a decent trailer, I think. I could be wrong, though. But let's real quick answer some questions from the chat, because I saw some people had some stuff. WG Phil wants to know, where is Inglewood? Well, the digital version has already gone out to backers, so if you are a backer of that original book, definitely check your email. It is in there. And then the physicals are going to be out on mailboxes late next week, I would assume. And you will get tracking
depending
numbers.
on how close you are to North Carolina.
Yes. You will be getting tracking numbers in your emails to show you when it's coming in. So,
Is there a difference between the digital and the physical copy?
in page numbers, not really. The only different version that we did with it was a whatchamacallit, a director's cut that has a bunch of like sketch work in it and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I love little add-ons like that. I think that they're a lot of fun. So
Totally.
let's see, what other questions do people have? Deep Delver wants to know, how you sure you won't get into any trouble using copyrighted music for free advertisement? Well, that's the thing. It's not copywritten. And I bought it's a I actually bought the license for it to use it in promotion. So I thought ahead on this one.
Was it expensive to buy the copyright for the song, or?
Just for the usage rights, no. It was
No.
pretty cheap. It was a I just dove around YouTube and looked around for a while for a guy that did like metal instrumentals and stuff. It was just a smaller channel, and he's like, yeah, if you want to get the license to use this in trailers and stuff like that, all you got to do is give me X. I think it was like $20. That was it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty new channel. So he's like, I do my stuff and I throw it out there. I'm like, fuck, dude, I like it. So
There you go.
So yeah, and I bought quite a few songs off of him too. I dropped like $100 for him, and so like a lot of the stuff that we'll be using for promotional stuff for the just for this channel and in general is going to be done by him as well. So yeah.
Nice.
Daniel Parker says here, be sure to tell Preston to get my good side. well, an axe might get your good side as well, so we'll see how that pans out. But fair enough. Let's see here. What else do people want to know? Hardworld Entertainment said, how long will shipping be for Inglewood for U.S. buyers? Again, yeah, it's going to depend on your proximity to North Carolina.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be shipping from. So.
Yep. Hank Hill wants to know, what are the odds of the Drana as a cultist perk being available 2 weeks from now? I really want to back at that level, but I won't have the cash until the 24th. Let's see here. I don't even know where we're at with it right now, because it looks like we're slowing down a little. I say that as the campaign's only been live for like an hour and a half. So, let's see here. So, let's see, we're at $2,400. And only 2 people have actually claimed to be a cultist so far. So, it's possible. I'm not going to say that it's impossible. That's for sure. But it's definitely possible that it could indeed be the case. Is that it's still available? But we'll have to see what happens. So. What else we got? Angry Green Boss wants to know, what did you study on Knights? My idea might be about a monster becoming a crusader. Well, any idea can sell. It just depends on how you present it. As for research into this, well, I played the first Assassin's Creed. No, I'm kidding. I did play it, but what I ended up doing was I just took a few days and just read up on different knightly orders that were active during the Second Crusade and how they operated and what nations a lot of them were from and things along those lines. So that was basically the long and short of it for me. And then Hardboiled says, would you be game to allow my heroine of Luminar to make a reference to 3 knights of the Second Crusade fighting monsters of the supernatural? Well, yeah, you can definitely make a reference to it. You don't need my permission to do that, but I'll give it to you anyway. Oh,
Free of
goodness.
charge on top of that.
Yeah, it's we're gonna have to tax you. Oh shit. All right. So, are the knights gonna talk in Old English? Not really. There's a little
No.
bit of that, but the thing is that they're all of them were commoners, except for well, 2 out of 3 of them were commoners, I should say. In fact, I could probably give a little bit of background here. If you actually go into the campaign, you do get a little bit of background on them that give you their knightly orders. But we'll go ahead and we'll talk story for a little bit. And hopefully I don't bore people too much. But so each of the 3 knights, like I said, comes from a different order. Dietrich here is of the Knights Hospitalier, and he is basically a medic, or he's basically a doctor, I should say. And which is funny because he's the largest guy. Let's see here. But he kind of came from pretty humble beginnings, you know. And then of these 2 guys, Dietrich and John and Roger. John being here, the Knight Templar. Sir Roger here. Sir Roger was a commoner. The village in the book is actually from it's his home village. John here is the only one of the 3 that came from wealth. His father was a knight, so and had gone to the Holy Land during the First Crusade, or during previous, not the First Crusade, but he had been there previously. So and then was a member of the Templars, and then Sir John, of course, came in afterwards. So
Was Dietrich named after Dietrich Bonhoeffer?
yes.
Rather obvious.
Yeah, I had to. He's my favorite theologian. Let's see here. Gojira says, the doctor has the biggest hands, sweats nervously. Yeah, there is that. All right, let's see what else is going on in the world right now. While we look here. Retweeting support and all that fun stuff.
Good God. We're almost at $2,500.
Is? Let's have a look at this. I'm refreshing too much, I know. But
2410.
2410. That's right.
$90 away, folks. If you haven't backed yet, this is the time to do it. So, because we had, what was it? We almost had 350 people sign up on the email list.
We had 346 people sign up.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is mucho hype, to say the least.
So far, 1 in 4 have actually opened the email.
So,
Which means there's 75% of you who got the email that haven't looked into the secret perk yet.
yes.
And I hope all of you were asleep,
yes.
because that's the only excuse that I'll accept.
Exactly.
So you think tomorrow gonna get a big bump on backers?
I think so. I think that oftentimes what happens is like the international audience, they're asleep right now. So they'll wake up and then they'll see this and then they'll back it. Not to mention this is the point for me in promotion where I start doing the rounds on like live streams and stuff. So I'll go on Graded Point 5, I'll go on Mandy's channel again probably. I don't know if Ethan will have me on. We'll see what happens there. He's doing a lot of his own thing at this point.
Yeah.
What else?
Be right back. I'm gonna grab some water.
All right.
Sure.
trying to think of what other ones there are out there. War Campaign will probably invite me on at some point. Stuff like that. So, needless to say, it's going to be a pretty wild next few weeks for me. You know? And I'm going to be busy,
Awesome.
busy. But such is the life of the project lead.
That's true, huh?
Well, while we are waiting for more people to get the emails, I know there's also a couple other live streams that are going on right now. There's let's see here. Graded Point 5 is doing a show right now. And then I think Dan Fraga is also doing a show. So and then War Campaign's going on right now too. So let me have a look here and see what else. I am gonna do the Twitter thing real quick. So Oliver, while I do the Twitter thing, why don't you let the audience know about Undead Border Escape or Die?
Oh, sure. Can you share the screen or something?
Yeah, give me just a sec.
Sure.
And we'll even play the trailer for folks too.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go ahead and grab the screen real quick. And here we go.
Awesome. So, Undead Border Escape or Die. The logline is a ragtag group of teenagers must unite and traverse a zombie-infested wasteland to safety. This is basically a zombie story set in the border. And it's more like a metaphor to what's going on with the cartel wars and all that stuff, with zombies included. So it's going to be a hell of a ride there.
Oh, yeah. So 116 pages of zombie carnage and border horror. This is a huge book.
Yes, it is. And it's already done, man. So
whoa.
We just need to get funded and get the script translated, and we're good to go.
Nice. So what's your role on this particular book?
I'm the letterer and cover colorist. Yeah. I got those words mixed up.
No worries, man.
Yeah, because the art is by Javier Gutierrez. He's another member of 6x6 Comics, so it's all him, man. All traditional inks, ink wash, and it has like a manga style ish to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's big into One Piece, so yeah, that's his influence right there.
There we go.
So yeah, 116 pages. We did this. We launched it like a year ago in Mexico, and it was a pretty hit. It was a success. So yeah, we gotta try it over here now in the U.S. of A.
There you go, folks. If you're a zombie fan, this is definitely one to look at. Let's watch the trailer real quick. Because I've seen the trailer before. I noticed it has a very grindhouse feel, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
In 2006, 656 Comics unleashed Infestacion. It became the only Latino zombie comic of its time. Now, 656 Comics brings us the most intensely shocking graphic novel experience of all time. Undead Border. Escape or die. The border is overrun by the living dead, and the only option is to escape or die. 656 Comics brings back the dead.
There you go, folks. I just linked the mailing list for this book in the description, or not in the description, in the chat for you guys. So definitely get on that mailing list for this book too. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love the grindhouse feel to it for sure.
Yeah, that was like kind of the goal, no, to make it like a grindhouse, kind of like the Call of the Dead trailer. Like, you saw that one for Call of Duty? Yeah, kind of like that. So yeah, we're big fans of grindhouse and 80s, 90s zombies over here.
Nice. Yeah, say I don't know, something about that feel just is I don't know, there's a uniqueness to it. You know, it's from a period of time that, like, if you knew about it, you were like, this is pretty crazy, but not a lot of people knew about it. So
oh yeah. Yeah. And the cool thing about this project is it's been blessed by George A. Romero himself.
Oh.
Yeah, one of our writers met him at San Diego Comic-Con, I think in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him about the idea, and he was very intrigued about it, that people are using the zombie genre in the border, so that kind of lends itself to an interesting zombie story, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a unique flavor and a unique setting.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot you can do with it, and that's one thing I love about it is with zombies these days especially, you really have to have some sort of an angle to kind of switch the game on people.
Of course.
Yeah, so that way there's you can still keep it fresh because zombies are big. A lot of people love zombies these days, man. So
if the godfather of the genre gave you his blessing before he passed, then
we gotta do it.
that's good.
yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Indeed.
Do it for George.
Yep.
Of course.
Doppler radar Inglewood is out. The digital is out, and the physical will be going out very soon.
Who's fulfilling the campaign?
Are you hiring someone or?
Yep, Hatman's already on.
Hatman is? Oh, cool.
Yep.
It's me. So any fuck ups are my fault.
Yep, exactly. But we've already got the and here's the thing, because we had one guy in here who's just being a troll.
Oh.
Let me show you guys something. And this is something that when you've done this sort of thing before, you kind of realize, like, the people that are genuinely curious and then the people that are just trying to be dicks. So let me show you guys this. If you'd seen the updates, is I did a whole video on it, and then in previous updates I gave percentages, and even showed and this, by the way, is something I would advise every single person that ever does a campaign to do. Showed when we started getting the materials in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's shipping stuff, of course. And the stickers are all done. The stickers are printed. I mean, I've got them, one right here.
Is that vinyl stickers or?
Yes. Yep. So they're more like decals than proper stickers.
Oh, okay.
But hey, I mean, they'll go in whatever. Like, if you want to
Show
put
them
them in
again,
the car.
real quick, Hatman.
Yes.
I've made you the primary here.
Cool.
That's it. It took a few tries to get it right because there was some fuzzing around the border of it, and some of the black ink was seeping into the letters for Solomon's Temple there. But overall, no, it looks good. It looks really good. So.
Yep. So for those curious about where it's at yet, if you were a backer, that's I always tell people to check your emails and check the actual campaign.
Yeah.
Hatman, your audio, by the way, is coming in very staticky.
Okay, give me just a second.
There you go.
Okay, maybe this is better.
So, Ray Caster is here. He says, "Hey, Micah, just dropping in to say hi. Hey there, Ray. While you do that, I'm actually going to, but yeah, and this is one thing. Like, if you're ever wondering where a comic is at, most people that I know, they update monthly, and that's what I do. Is everything that we do, we update once a month. So that way, you guys who are backing it, because basically backers are investors. So that way they know, this is what they should be doing, or they should be looking into. And this is where their money's going. I don't want that to be a detriment to people. I know that Tug is a big fan of Preston's art, so I'm hitting the social media on that. Let's have a refresh, see if we're at 2,500 yet.
$5 away.
Yep, we are $5 away from $2,500, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, within the course of a couple hours. That's pretty incredible. So a big thank you to all of you who have backed it so far. We're literally just now starting. So this is pretty crazy. Well, now
So what's the top seller? Just the book or the?
That is a
combo?
very good question. So yeah, we got 34 backers so far. 13 people have backed the comic itself.
Okay.
4 people have got the comic and art book. 4 people have gotten the Get a Sketch tier. 2 that are cultists, and we still need to sell off some original art. So, Darth Bobcat saying it just jumped again. And it did, 25.55. Holy shit.
There we go.
So we have crossed we're a little under a quarter of the way funded, again, within the course of a couple hours. That's pretty freaking amazing.
So what's the chicken wings stretch goal? What number is that?
15K in 24 hours.
Okay.
Which, if Bobcat says the math doesn't add up, well, that's because the secret perk is not listed on the public.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I was wondering.
I can find out how many have backed it though. Let's see here.
Cool.
Perks claimed.
Gojira said he was 37, I believe.
Yep.
So we have at least 37 in a row.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so let's have a look at the items real quick. This will tell me how many people have got the secret perks so far. So, 11 people have claimed the Virgin cover so far. So,
Not bad.
no, not bad at all. So that's why those are the numbers that you guys aren't seeing, is the people that have claimed those Virgin covers.
So are those backers hidden too? They don't reflect on the campaign.
They'll be you won't see them here in the. Let me bring the window up again. You won't see them here in the perks there. But if I
Yeah.
go into like the items report here, it'll show me who's all bought them so far. So, yep. So 11 people have snatched those bad boys up, which is pretty awesome because I'm excited for it.
Cool.
That was Preston's idea, by the way, too. It was all him. You know, he's like, yeah, man, let's just do virgin covers. I bet people would like those. Lo and behold. So, I'm happy. Oh shit, man. This is
Are you
pretty
guys
wild.
going? Are you guys going to do the spot UV stuff and all that, or just a simple cover?
Just a simple cover. Spot UV. I haven't even touched that sort of stuff. How does it even work?
Because you could get the 3 nights all coated, and it'll look cool. I mean, just an idea, guys.
No. That's actually not a. That's an interesting idea. Let me because we go through Mix'em for printing. I'm gonna have a look and see if that's
Yeah.
an option.
I think Spot UV is a cover option.
Yeah, but it's expensive though, man. So
Mike-
gotta hit those. We gotta hit those stretch goals.
Yeah, exactly. Because, Preston, I know, basically once the campaign went live, he's gonna start working on pages immediately.
Cool.
So you guys are gonna be busy, but let me have a look and see like how much that would be real quick while we do this. 44 sides, add cover, da 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 da. Okay, finishing. So, spot UV. Oh wow, you ain't lying.
How bad? What's the damage on it?
So let's say we were just doing 100.
Yeah.
And we're just doing gloss lamination. It's $482.
Holy shit!
With spot UV, it adds $1,000.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys.
Yeah. So if we we'll say maybe that could be like a $70K thing.
Yeah, make that a stretch goal. Why not?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That would be badass, though. I mean, that would be really really cool,
Hey.
especially with your color style.
Okay.
Cool.
So
you guys going to add more stuff to the campaign, or just this is it?
I think that we've got pretty much everything that we need to add.
Okay.
I am wondering maybe we should do T-shirts, but I don't want to put them on the campaign. I would almost rather have them for direct order. And we could just do the cover.
Yeah.
We'll have to think about that.
Well, how about posters or prints of the cover?
Oh, posters are already one of the add-ons.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can add those on. Let me have a look and see if anybody's claimed those yet.
Is it gonna be like a 11 by 17 poster, or is it gonna be a big one?
Is it
16 by 20.
16 by 20? Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a good size.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan, obviously, of framing posters. So I definitely want to do that with this one, because like the Peregrine poster, I think, is around the same one too that we did for the Peregrine campaign, and yeah, that's going to be pretty crazy. So let's see, poster. Only a couple people have claimed it so far. I have a feeling that when people see it, they are going to probably snatch that shit up quick. But until that time, they're probably not going to commit, which is understandable, you know. And I know that some people aren't going to want to commit until they have Inglewood in their hands too, and that's perfectly fine. That's why we have the that's why we have this, you know, why you have 30 days to back it, you know. This is a really good start though. Very, very good start.
Yeah, awesome.
But we wanted to go ahead and get this started because we wanted to get to work on it. You know, we wanted to make sure that there was going to be money coming in for us to work. So that's why we ended up starting this instead of starting it next week. So, not to mention we've delayed this campaign 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's because Inglewood got delayed too. So.
But you built the hype really well, man. So
yeah,
it's paying off.
Yeah, I shilled this comic like everywhere that I could, you know. And getting as many people on the email list as we did is pretty freaking fantastic. So
Awesome.
I hear a dog somewhere.
A dog?
What sounds like a dog.
I think you're hearing mine. Let me just hold on, guys.
Alrighty.
I like dogs. Dogs are good.
Indeed they is.
But remember, bad dogs don't get treats.
Yes.
Say what?
Oh, Hatman, we were playing Gears of War 5 last night, and Hatman's dog was being a bit of an asshole.
Oh.
So, Hatman, you might as well just tell the story there.
Yeah, so he was he was trying to fight cats and eat cake leftovers and stuff, and
All at the same time.
I'm just like, yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. I mean, he's a dachshund, so sausage dog thinks he's bigger than he actually is, and he can be a pain in the ass sometimes. And my girlfriend decides to give him I don't know what to call it except for a banana bread pancake, because that's what it looked like. It was like banana bread, but in the shape of a pancake. She decides to give him a little bit, and I'm like, he's been bad. Why are you giving him stuff? Bad dogs don't get treats.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, goodness.
To 580.
Nice.
It's so crazy to me.
It's awesome, man.
I know. Like,
I'm really happy.
Inglewood.
Good for all of us.
Yeah, like just the fact that, like, again, this isn't even 2 hours yet. Gosh, so nuts, man. So why don't we just do this while we're waiting? Because I know that we got quite a few people still in the chat. Why don't you guys throw us some questions? What are the things about the project that you would like to know? Because we got 32 people in here right now. By the way, we have 30 likes as well, so thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Cool.
What's funny is that on my Discord server there are people that are in the general chat right now, and I don't think they're actually watching the stream.
Why?
I don't know. I'm tempted to chew them out. Should I?
Well, I think I'm the only one that gets shamed.
Fair point. So, let's go ahead and answer questions, though. So for those of you who are in the chat right now, have questions about the project, now would be the time to ask them so we can go ahead and answer them, but we will not spoil this story. We'll just put it this way. It's going to be one where you don't want to miss it at all. But, one thing that, before we start answering questions, that was kind of funny is we were talking on Twitter. It was me, Oliver, and Preston. And after we got rid of our previous colorist and brought Oliver on, one thing that he didn't do that was in the script, he didn't put the paint on them. And I'm like, thank you, you got it. And Oliver just goes, yeah, but I just read the script. It's like, novel concept, right?
I mean,
reading the script explains the script.
To be honest, guys, when I worked at IDW, I didn't read the script, so I did this time.
Thank you. Because I usually put a lot of detail in them, so that way you know exactly what needs doing and where. So I think though with the previous guy, there was a little bit of a language barrier. So
where was he from?
Well, he was from Mexico, but
Really?
I don't think he knew very much English.
Wow.
So the joke is that every artist I've hired except for Eric Weathers, who does the letters, is Latino. Is you, Preston, and then on Inglewood, Armand and
Armand,
Brian
yeah.
are both Latino as well. Armand is I think he might just be Spanish, and then Brian's Puerto Rican.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, but Brian made the joke a while back. It was at a convention that we were all at. He goes, man, you just go for cheap Latin labor. I'm like, oh, don't say that. Don't do no. It ain't like that, I promise. then I hired a black guy and it was all better. Because Bob Stone did the promotional logo for us too, so the one that's on all the promo material and stuff like that, and that's the one that'll be on Vinny's cover, which is looking like we're gonna get to, because like 2,000 in a day, man. So let's see here. What do we have from the chat? Red Syrup wants to know, will there be blood? There will be lots of blood. This is a horror book.
I hope you like it.
Yeah. I hope you, like I said, in fact, I think that this answers that question. And then some.
I don't know if you guys heard this, but there are gunshots outside of my house.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So hope everybody's fine over here, so don't worry.
Okay. Had me worried there for a second, brother. Like, holy fuck. Do not die on me.
Yeah, don't. This would be extremely bad timing.
Yes.
Yes, I know. I will survive for you guys. Don't worry.
Please do. Hatman and I might have to get our guns and just guard your house while you work.
There's a lot of cop killing over here.
Oh no!
By the cartel, so yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy around here.
Man, we need to get you a nicer place. We've literally been encouraging everybody to move. Like, we're gonna try to move everybody to North Carolina.
I'm down with that, dude.
Yeah, because man,
Do
it's like I'm looking at possibly doing that too next year. You know, that way we can have a base of operations for Sleeveless Comics on top of that. You know,
That'd be awesome.
But anyway,
Do
so
it, we'll take it.
that should answer the question about will there be blood? Buckets of it. So,
Lots and lots.
let's see here.
I was gonna ask about these pages. Why did Preston draw these pages? Why that sequence?
Oh, why did we? I actually chose these specifically
okay.
because I knew that they would be really good promotional.
Okay.
Yep, because it's got a very deliberate pace to it. The story does. For those of you that like, Oliver already knows because he's reading the script. But for those of you who are backing the book, the book has a very deliberate pace. It's written in a 3-act structure, you know, beginning, middle, and end. And what I wanted to do is kind of give you guys an idea of what the middle looks like. You know, this is the middle that you're seeing in front of you. And just kind of give you an idea of what to expect and how nuts it's going to be. So, so that's why is I would much rather, like, I wish that we could do, that was kind of a mistake we made with Inglewood, because with Inglewood we did things in order, like it was the original page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, okay.
But it was all dialogue. So it didn't really like sell books that well. So instead it's like, you know, let's just get some freaking blood and guts on there. And that way people know exactly what they're in for.
That's actually good advice. Let me write that down.
Yeah, it's sort of like you got to think of it like a movie trailer.
Yeah.
You want to show the big parts, the things that everybody's going to want to be there for, you know. It's like with Captain America not Civil War, Winter Soldier. I love the on your left scene, but I've never advertised the movie with that. You know?
Yeah.
So let's see here. Changus Khan wants to know how complete is the book. It's just starting. Now, the good thing is this. You'll notice that the completion date is October. That is...
Jesus.
Yeah, we talked about that. And that's not too bad. Like, it gives us plenty of time. You know, and the script's already done. And edited. So it's just about getting the pencils and the colors done. And Preston works pretty quick.
How fast is he? Like a page a day?
Yeah, page a day.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. So, we'll be working hard on it to make sure that it comes along. I think we'll probably have it done by then. We might even have it done before that, given how good this team is. You know.
I just hope that 40K stretch goal hits really quick.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah.
I think we'll get there. I'm not too worried about it, brother. But yeah, and if there are any delays, we will let you guys know. Because I would like to. I think it's possible if we really bust our ass on this, we could probably get the whole thing done by the end of the part 1 and 2 done by the end of the year. So let's see here.
Fingers crossed for it.
Yep.
Yes.
Ellen Hughes wants to know, do you think Sleeveless Comics could be a publisher for other people's works, like letting people pitch ideas? Well, we actually have a book in the planning stages right now, done by my artist on Inglewood, called Bombshell, that will be published under Sleeveless Comics, but I'm not writing it. I'm going to be the editor on that book. And Brian is doing the art, and his wife is actually writing that one. So I'll be the editor on it, and I'll help them promote as well. But yeah, it's a possibility in the future, but it's going to take some time. We got to establish ourselves as a brand first, and then we'll definitely go from there. I would definitely like to do that for sure, but it's way down the line. We got to make this campaign successful first, guys. So if you could share it out anywhere you got it, Facebook, Twitter, what have you. Let's get more eyes on it, and then make it a big success, and then that'll start moving us towards that. Let's see here. Darth Bobcat wants to know, will the ending be open to continuation? Maybe.
You'll find out.
Yeah. Changus Khan wants to know, will the Knights be ripping and tearing until it is done?
Until it is done.
Let's see here. Metal Movies and Brewskis wants to know, do they go to hell in the book? Stay tuned.
Figuratively speaking.
Oh, shit.
Stay tuned. There's, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'll just say that there's some, you're going to see some crazy shit. We'll just put it that way. So, is there a kill count? Well, I'll tell you what. What I plan on doing with every book that we complete, that I write, I want to do a read along after it's shipped and everybody's got it, and do it. And I think that on this one we might have to have with that live stream, we might have to have a kill count. That would be pretty cool.
A blood meter, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Total gallons shed. Let's see what else we got here. Ian Renner wants to know, you compare the book to Berserk a lot. I was wondering if it will share some of the more violating scenes. Hope this doesn't sound creepy, just want to know the tone better. This is a very similar tone to Berserk. We'll just put it that way.
So, beach episodes?
Not quite beach episode, Eclipse sort of stuff, but there's definitely some very disturbing elements. And I don't mean in part 2, I mean in part 1.
Oh, yeah.
Part 1 hits very hard, very fast when it picks up. It's paced like a horror story, but when it picks up, it really picks up. It's sort of like a roller coaster, like the big old school style roller coasters where the ramp up to the very first dip feels like it is a little longer than other ones. But then, bam! Once it hits, it hits and it doesn't let go. So, the
old school wooden coaster, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of what Von Klaus when he read this. For those who don't know, Von Klaus is the writer for Monster MD. He's a big fan of this book. He actually said that was what it was kind of like. He's like, man, when this book starts, it doesn't stop. And he's like, that's what he really liked about it. So, let's see here. Gojira wants to know. Oh wait, Melee Brawler asked this first. If the campaign goes past deadline, would it go on in demand? Yeah. We plan on it. We're gonna see like how the campaign goes, and when it's gonna go into in demand. Because I think that at this pace, we're definitely gonna hit funding. Once it goes in demand, like we're not sure when that's gonna be, but there's a good chance because 60 days is the end of summer, ish. It'd be like mid-August. So that's another month and a half to the end of October when this thing would be getting shipped out, which gives us a ton of time, you know. But I would definitely like to put it on in demand if we get to that point for sure. So, Gojira says, I think you said you saw the horror film Mandy. Oliver, have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Hatman, you need to see it. Like it's
I'm not familiar with this.
It's Nicolas Cage at his most Nicolas Cage, and it's brilliant. It's a total trip. It's like psychedelic reverse slasher movie is the best way I could describe it.
Okay, that is intriguing.
Yes. Did that give you any fresh ideas for 3 nights, 4 days? I saw Mandy after I wrote this, so
3 Nights has been written for a while.
Yeah, I wrote this like last year while I was working at State Farm. So, and I didn't see Mandy until like 3 months ago.
I want to color it like Mandy.
We definitely need to do a book where we do something like that, for sure. Because I want to work with you and Preston, like just based on these pages alone. I want to work with you guys for ages. So we get along well. That's the important thing, you know. But yeah, I'd love to do something like that for sure. Let's see here. Changus says medieval eclipse time. Not quite, but there's gonna be some good lord moments where you're gonna be like, what am I looking at? So definitely cool stuff.
Just reading it without the artwork, there were times when I was like, oh shit.
Gojira says
Medieval Doom. That's
this one did not need a rewrite. Some of my other older stories did. That I had to work on. Project Lazarus I've rewritten since I first wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the rewrite a lot better. I think that it's going in a much better direction now. And Bob Stone and I are still working on that. So, now that Bob actually has time to do it. Alright, let's see if we've made any moves or if things are starting to slow down finally. Yep, we're still at 2580, folks. So if you haven't backed it yet, please do so. We're going to probably go for a little bit longer on the stream. I think this is a pretty good start, to say the least. But yeah. I'm trying to think, really, is there anything else to mention?
I can't think of anything.
Let's get to that 15K.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have the hot sauce near you?
It's actually in my kitchen. So I'm guessing people don't really want to see me imbibe it, though. Then again, I also kind of blame it's like a good chunk of people who would usually be in here to watch this are probably watching Frega's stream or probably watching Graded. So
keep in mind, I'm doing this too. So if you want to see me get tortured with this shit again, I've already done it. That was I swore a lot. I paced the room and swore a lot. That was my experience with hentai hot sauce.
Yeah, that stuff was insane, to say the least.
Yeah. Tasted really good though. It was delicious, but yeah, lives up to its name.
How did it come out?
Not that bad, oddly enough.
I'm
Fire?
the first time I had it, not a problem. The second time when I had more of it, yes, that did hurt, but it was not as bad as the hotter ones that I had. I think it was like Slow Death. The bottle with the scorpion on it. It had scorpion peppers in it. That was a motherfucker.
Damn.
That one I regretted eating a little bit.
So let's do something funny to close this out, because I think that this is kind of goofy.
I like funny things.
So Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh God.
No. Please don't.
Why are you doing this?
I have to, because this is kind of funny.
I find it kind of sad.
I don't know who Dia Lucina is, but she says, "Fuck this. This is absurd and offensive. It took you 5 years to confront Max Temkin. Are you for real? You specifically positioned yourself as not this person. You branded and profited off it for years, and now you come out with this? Did we forget this is the person we're talking about?"
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. Who did you think you were dealing with? A serious person?
Send Anita the link to your comic. I can't because she uses a block bot, and I'm on that block bot.
Blocked
So
by her.
Jesus.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was the Legos thing.
oh God,
She is
Yeah.
so fucking desperate.
she's out of money.
She has to be.
She's totally out of money.
She has to be.
She's
Like-
out of money because apparently Temkin's out of money too.
Yeah. Like,
She
holy
needs
fuck.
to make another Kickstarter then. Jesus.
I know, man. And to think that her and Zoe Quinn spoke at the United Nations. Like, really? Doesn't say good things about the UN.
It especially didn't because the link to all the data was a C drive link on their site.
Yes. Oh, good
It was
lord.
that bad of a fuck up. Oh man.
All right, guys. I think that we've kind of. I'm exhausted. If you couldn't tell already.
Yeah, man.
I've kind of run out of steam. So, real quick, Changus wants to know who'd win in a fight, Anita or AOC. I think they'd eat each other.
I think Ocasio-Cortez would win just because I could see her like cutting Anita's throat with a smash beer bottle.
Jesus.
That's dark. Good lord, Hatman.
She'd fight dirty. Come on, do you really not expect her to fight dirty?
Fair point. But yeah, guys, like this has been pretty freaking incredible. So we'll do one more refresh before we take off for the night. Let's see where we're at. So we are just shy of $2,600 within the course of a couple of hours. That is incredible. Bigger launch so far than Inglewood has been. Like you think of it this way, if we're hitting similar numbers pretty consistently, we will probably be fully funded within a week's time. And that's pretty
That's
incredible.
34 backers too. That's that's
we
the
haven't
best
even
part.
50 backers yet. You know, you guys have dropped some serious money on us, and trust me, we will not forget it. We are going to be bringing you guys our A game with this. All of us are really excited to be on this project. You know, we think, you know, we all believe in it, and we all want to. We're all comic skaters. You know, we believe that you guys are the priority, that you guys are number one. And we want to make sure that you guys are getting, you know, what you want from us. And I know that there's going to be some people that hold off until you get Inglewood, and I completely understand. That's perfectly fine. You know, like I said, that's the reason why campaigns last as long as they do, is it gives you time to have a look at it and invest a little bit later. So, you guys will probably see me around. If you have any questions about the campaign or anything like that, never hesitate to ask me. I'll try to answer as best I can. And yeah, we'll do more live streams and talking about it whenever we hit milestones and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So until next time, though, we're going to go ahead and take off. But my name is Micah Curtis, and for Hatman and for Oliver, and also for Preston, who had to go take off, we do really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in to Sleeveless Comics Live, and we'll see you next time.
Adios.